Good morning, everybody. Mark Finan here in the home weather office. It is Sunday morning, is now the second day of February 2025, and this is the morning briefing. Yeah, the second day of February, a meteorologist's least favorite day of the year. Got a lot to go over this morning because, yes, we have rain in the area today, in some areas. In other areas, not even raining, and hasn't rained much throughout the night. But we do have two weather systems coming our way this week that will have an impact on the area that will bring more widespread rain and for some areas even heavier rain than what we've already seen, as well as much better snow than what we've been seeing so far as well. So let me start off with the radar. And what I use is an app called Radar Scope. So that's what you're looking at right here. And so this is coming off of the Davis radar. And what you'll see here is the classic orographic flow. There are a couple of showers that occasionally go across the valley, but as you can see through Stockton, Modesto, and the foothills south of El Dorado County, don't have anything in the way of rain. But look at this area you find really, really interesting. You find the rain being squeezed out here over the Coast Range, and then you get the rain shadow effect as you get into parts of Colusa County and Glenn County, and then into Butte County. But then you get the upslope flow again, so that by the time you're up toward Paradise in Butte County, you're into the rain, and we have a lot of rain through Plumas County. So this is how you get the extreme amounts of rain, and the models have been showing this pretty well, all centered on the Feather River Basin, as you can see in here. And then you see the same thing here. Well, Roseville and Sacramento and Lincoln don't see much rain. You only have to go a little bit to the east along Highway 20 before you get into the non-stop rain that you see around places like Grass Valley, Nevada City, Colfax, and on up the hill. So yeah, that's a pattern that I think we'll continue to see much more of as we go through the day today. So let me see. Got a couple of things open here. Let me see what I wanted to start with. I wanted to start with how much rain we have seen. And so for that, going to the California Nevada River Forecast Center. So these are storm totals. And around the Sacramento County area, you can see it's nothing to write home about. It's half an inch of rain over the course of a couple of days. Meh. But you don't have to go very far to the east before you find some really good rainfall totals. So up toward Pollock Pines, over 4 inches of rain. In Placerville, pushing up toward 1.5 to 2 inches of rain. Let's see here. In the Auburn area, also around 2 inches of rain. You go farther up the hill, you get 3 inches of rain. Grass Valley, not reporting. That's interesting. But you get a little bit farther to the north. 3 inches of rain. Forbstown reporting 8 inches of rain. And all of these areas that drain into Lake Oroville, this area, Brush Creek, well known for getting heavy amounts of rain, reporting storm totals so far over 9 inches of rain. You can also see a bunch of that over here on the Coast Range, where some areas have 3 to 4 inches of rain. But in the valley, boy, just not all that much. And while the valley has been under a flood watch, it's really not it's supposed to go until tonight. I think the current flood watch they have, they'll likely reinstate one that will incorporate Tuesday. I think Tuesday is the day that we have to be more concerned. But yeah, there's no flood concern here currently in the valley from Sacramento to the south. Certainly not that. And all of this that you see here will be draining into Lake Oroville. All right, so with that, let me show you a couple of things here. I'm going to show you the Cosumnes River here. And as I zoom in on it and call it up for you. So this is the forecast for the Cosumnes River. We've had a nice little rise. It has gone from really flat down here at 3.25 feet up to 5 feet. No big deal. And it will just kind of level off here with the rain we're expecting today and into the day Monday, and it'll actually dip. Here's the storm we're expecting on Tuesday. So by the time we get into the day Wednesday, very early Wednesday morning, we could see this go up over 7 feet. No concern there, but this is a good reflection of the modest amounts of rain we've seen so far versus the next system that comes our way. And whenever you get into a potential flood situation, and I'm not really worried about a potential flood situation, but this is a classic example of what you see. The first system does a little bit something, but then the one behind it does something else. And then this one We'll see what happens on Thursday that I'll show you in a minute to see how much that spikes things as well. But it's a cumulative effect. So you notice that after the rain stops, the low doesn't get as low as it was. So this is how you go into those situations. The first system primes the pump. The next one sends the rivers a little bit higher. And then a third one can give you problems. But again, I don't expect to see widespread problems from what we are expecting. All right, so what is it that we are expecting? This is the satellite this morning. And you can see the cloud cover streaming into Northern California, Southern California as sunshine. And then here's a low developing out here. And this is what we're going to see come our way as we head into Monday night and Tuesday. And that is going to provide much better rain and snow than what many areas have already seen. All right, so let's go into some of the model stuff. And I'll start with the HRRR. So what can we expect during the day today on Sunday? Let me go up to about noontime. Noontime shows just about like what we're seeing right now. We have solid rain in areas from, let's say, Placer County to the north, lighter rain south of El Dorado County, and for the valley, on again, off again showers and rain in the Sierra. As we get to sunset and beyond, this is around 7 o'clock this evening, 6 o'clock this evening, no real change. You see the rain shadow here in the valley, and boy, Stockton, Modesto, Sonora might not see any rain throughout the day today. So let's go into Monday morning. This is 7 a.m. It looks a lot like what we're seeing right now. Areas like Sonoma County, Mendocino County continue to get rain. Same thing in parts of Butte County as well as into Plumas County. But around Sacramento to the south, hardly anything. As a matter of fact, Sacramento, Stockton, Modesto, Sonora, Tracy might not see any rain during the day on Monday, or at least not until much later in the day. This is go up to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The line finally begins to come our way. And it's the next 24 hours or so from Monday evening to Tuesday evening that we're expecting some really good rain, as you can see here. So let me just show you a 12-hour total here. 12-hour accumulated precip on this model is over an inch in Sacramento. Whereas so far, the last 72 hours have produced a half an inch of rain in Sacramento. Here, in 12 hours, we could see more than an inch. And then on the west slope, another 3 to 4. And again, that's just in 12 hours. Let's go out to the NAM because that brings us farther out in time and shows you that weather system on Tuesday a little bit better. The models are in very good agreement about today and tomorrow, holding off until late in the day before we see the rain. So maybe by the evening commute, we're getting into some nice rain. And you'll notice the snow begins in the Sierra as well, down to around 6,000 feet, maybe 6,500 feet, something like that. This is late Monday night, Tuesday morning, and then it's Tuesday. Notice how the rain just hangs around. That's 7 a.m. on Tuesday. Solid rain, good snow in the Sierra, and it sticks around. See that next little wave that comes our way right there? That's in the afternoon on Tuesday, keeping the rain going. And that tapers off on Wednesday. Let me show you the 24-hour precipitation on this model. And let me, whoop, no, I didn't want to do that. I hate it when these windows think they know what I want to do when they don't know what I want to do. There we go. That looks better. All right, let me back this up. So here, this is Tuesday at 4 p.m. This is a 24-hour rainfall total showing 1.5 inches of rain in Sacramento. So this would be from 4 p.m. on Monday to 4 p.m. on Tuesday, showing 1.5 inches. And again, that 3 to 4 inch bullseye, once again, draining into Lake Oroville. And so that's why if we're going to see any issues on the Cosumnes, I don't think we'll see issues, but that's that rise that I showed you going up on the Cosumnes as a result of this rain after we go through on Tuesday. And then all of that clears out on Wednesday. All right, so that's the next system we have our way. Monday night, Tuesday, looks pretty wet. Let's get into the next one that we're expecting on Thursday. So here's the one that the GFS shows on Tuesday. This one actually shows some pretty good wind as well. Nice snow in the Sierra. Wednesday looks dry-ish. So if you need to pour concrete on Wednesday, still think you might get Wednesday in, but the rain comes back on Thursday, and that's Thursday. Let's see, this is Thursday around midday. A nice low out in here, which would mean we'd see some gusty winds. We'd see some really good snow in the Sierra, and this could provide another inch of rain for the valley, as well as several inches of snow in the Sierra. It tapers off to showers on Friday, and then right now, next weekend looks dry. So 2 systems to deal with this week. I want to go back to this. Let's see. So that's, again, what we're looking at for the Cosumnes River. There are a couple of other spots I wanted to point out. There's the Bear River, which is also going to go up a little bit, but this is lower than it was looking at last night. So this is, by the time we get into early Wednesday, going up to 16 feet here, the Bear River. Now, if you go down on this page, these are great because this will show you what that means. It means, let me slide this over so you can read it. So it says here, at 13.6 feet, the orchards within the levee downstream near Pleasant Grove Road begin to flood. So that's here along Highway 65 where the Bear River comes in. Slide that down a little bit so you can see that. So here's where the Bear River goes. So there could be some minor flooding here in agricultural areas. Doesn't mean it would get into any urban areas. And let's also look at the Yuba, because I think the Yuba is going to have a nice rise as well. So here's where we are now. It's gone up to 69 feet. It's going to go above monitor stage around 75 feet. And right now they're forecasting it to be up around 78 feet. And here too, we can scroll down to show you what that means. At 79 feet, Simpson Lane floods. Access into and out of Marysville via Simpson Lane Bridge is cut off. That's at 79 feet. So we'll be close to that according to their most recent forecast. So we'll keep an eye on that. So there will be a lot of water running in the area, obviously, especially as we get to the result of what we're going to see on Tuesday. So yeah, Tuesday looks like it has the potential to be much wetter. And so what we have already seen just kind of primes the pump, if you will. And so if we get a lot of rain, let's say an inch and a half, 2 inches of rain in some areas in a 12-hour period on Tuesday, that's when we could see some localized flood issues. So yeah, the Weather Service has had a flood watch up, and I think it's up until 10 o'clock tonight. I don't mean to disagree with the National Weather Service, but if you're seeing that, I'm not worried about the one that they currently have. Pay attention to the one on Tuesday and the runoff that we get into the day on Wednesday, because that system has the potential to be pretty wet. And with everything now wet, that one, again, will just kind of have that elevated runoff. And then we'll have to see what that one does on Thursday. But we'll also see travel issues in the Sierra on Thursday, which is, not good for travel, but it's good for snow. So far, we haven't been seeing a lot of snow with this because it's been too warm in the Sierra. But we will likely see better snow on Tuesday and again on Thursday. So that's everything I've got for you on this Sunday morning. Make it a great day. I'll talk with you later.